Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. This is going to be an interesting video, or certainly on a topic that I find very interesting. We know what's unfolded over the past 24 or really 48 hours for the cryptocurrency market involving Binance and FTX, and of course their FTT token. We know that Binance has, it's one of the most gangster things I think I've ever seen from CZ, or in general, essentially taken over FTX as a result of FTX having a liquidity problem. We have seen the Solana token lose a significant portion of its value. Let's just take the daily candle from yesterday and really show you just how much value it lost within one day. It lost nearly 36% in one day. Now, what is this video going to be about, and why do I have a tweet from Google Cloud behind me? Well, Google Cloud on the 5th of November, this was a Saturday, came out and actually said that they were going to start or become a validator to validate the Solana network. And this actually pumped the price. Now, this pumped the price at a time where nothing else was really okay. Things were going up moderately, but nowhere near in this degree. And this is not an allegation. This is not an accusation. There is a little bit of shadiness potentially here in regards to when this tweet came out and then what followed. And could this, there's speculation out there, not from me, but from others. I'm not here to say whether I agree with it or I don't. That potentially this was essentially put out to provide a good exit for Solana investors. And since this tweet came out, we saw actually, this tweet came out on the 5th of November. We saw essentially this rally here. So this was the 5th of November, and this is what Solana did on that news. It went up a whopping 15% in one day. Rather unordinary in comparison with the rest of the market. Immediately, it had a massive wick. And then actually since then, has sold off a whopping 50%. So as an investor, you'd probably want to get out the way of that. And given what's unfolded, could Google and potential Solana investors have seen what was coming down the road as, had they foresawn that, and had Google potentially played a part in helping those investors get out? I don't know. This is not speculation on my behalf, just some of what's floating around there. You guys make your own decisions up. I just found it very, very interesting. So we're going to go through it all. We're going to break down the series of events, and we're also going to look at the fact that if somebody had known that this was going to happen and that Binance were going to start to liquidate their FTT positions, this was going to put pressure on FTX. This has now caused Binance to have to buy FTX. Or at least in principle, say they're going to buy FTX. And this now puts pressure on Alameda Research, which of course is Sam Bankman-Fried's sort of crypto fund, if you will. And they have an extremely large holding of Solana that they're probably now going to have to liquidate some of to stay afloat along with FTX. Could, this have been a very well-planned rally and sort of escape for some of the VCs and investors within the Solana investment space? And the thing is there's obviously a relationship between Google and Solana for them to now come out and actually and by the way, Google validate a lot of and are active in the crypto space, but this seems rather weird to me. And I'll just go through the series of events, and you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe it's just a complete coincidence. I do not know. Again, this is not an accusation. This is just me showing you how things unfolded. And if I'm going to give my personal slant on things, it does seem rather suspicious just how well timed this was. So, hey, this is the co-founder of Solana. So they obviously know each other. Should we tell our followers the big news? Now that we got your attention, check this out. Google Cloud is running a block producing Solana validator to participate in the validation and validating the network. Did you think we only had one announcement? Think again. Google Cloud is working with Solana to bring blockchain node engine to the Solana chain network a year. So it will be easy for anyone to launch a dedicated Solana node in the cloud. But wait, there's more. Google Cloud is indexing Solana data and bringing it to BigQuery next year to make it easier for Solana development ecosystem to access historical data. Last but not least, a reminder that Google Cloud will soon begin to accept crypto payments via Commerce CB. So you'll have more optionality of payments for Google Cloud services. I mean, you can see the comments on this. You know, something just doesn't feel right about this. And this was on a Saturday. It was very sort of quiet. And like I say, you know, I had to exit my short the second I saw this rally. And, you know, maybe I'm just bitter and twisted, but of course we caught the short on the way down. You know, it pumped 15% of this news only for it to get instantly sold into. So who was that sell pressure? Was this a retail sort of pump and dump? I'm not really sure. But, you know, you had a lot of people exiting here, and it's almost like they knew what was coming down the road, which didn't actually get revealed till later on. We know Solana, in terms of a, you know, it's kind of tokenized or called a VC-backed project because of just how much the percentage of the overall supply is owned by VCs, investors. You know, it's very much being championed by the people that have invested in it, and we've seen the catastrophe that's unfolded as a result of that. Straight after this, you then had, as a part of Binance's exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received roughly $2.1 billion in USD, equivalent in cash, BUSD, and FTT. Due to recent revelations that have came to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books. He goes on to say why he's doing this. This then caused the FTT token to start to capitulate. And then you had rumors that the people at FTX were essentially going to step in and hold this at a peg, so buy it up at whatever means necessary and absorb this liquidity. That, of course, didn't work. When you look at FTX's stablecoin reserves, they're at a low, their Ethereum reserves, so on and so forth. And you know, they'd, of course, had to have sold other cryptos to maintain this peg that they had so much collateral riding on, causing this liquidity squeeze. Then, of course, we had... this is another tweet. Liquidating our FTT position is a post-exit risk management learned from Luna. So he's actually comparing this to Luna. We gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs onwards. So this is, see here, the gangster. Forget El Chapo. You know, this man is a gangster. And essentially, he, you know, the FTX think they're smart. Sam Bankman-Fried thinks he's smart. And essentially, Binance played their cards and got the checkmate. Then, of course, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch to protect users. We sign a non-binary LOI intended to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full DD in the coming days. And then, of course, FTX and Sam is a huge backer of Solana. And, of course, Alameda Research, which is Sam Bankman-Fried, you know, you can see their portfolio here. They are massive holders of Solana. They are now under pressure and essentially may have to liquidate some of their Solana holdings, which is what has really caused... There's a lot of speculation here, but also there will be a degree of selling. And isn't it very interesting, bringing this all full circle and back round to the start, that we had this announcement days before the capitulation that took place. Not even days, the day after it started to capitulate, after this announcement that made it sort of pump, potentially providing, you know, a good exit for early investors and people who had potentially had the foresight to see what was coming down the road. And since the announcement, which took it all the way up to $38.74, you know, the price is down currently 58%, and at one point was down nearly 60%. So make of that what you will. Again, this is not an accusation at all. I do not know. This is absolute speculation, and I'm not even speculating that there's been any foul play here. Of course, you are always innocent until proven guilty. I'm not trying to prove anyone guilty here. However, to me, you know, something seems, we'll say, strange here, and I'll let you guys decide, you know, make your own verdict up on this. That is all I've got for you in this video, guys. I just thought it was a very interesting one, sort of going over the series of events, also Google's involvement potentially in Solana and partnering up with Solana, which is, you know, you should have seen the YouTube comments and the the YouTube thumbnails and the Twitter space. They were so happy about this. Every single video was, this is huge, Solana, you know, to the moon, so on and so forth. And essentially this is unfolding. This is how retail get caught time and time again. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that like button, and of course leave a comment on your thoughts, because we'll keep you right with some honest and we try to be as non-biased, although it's hard to not have a bias as a market participants as possible. All I've got for you. See you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.